because I know this is for me. And I think it's interesting what
Yeah.
you're saying, because it's coming back to this idea that people want to have something tailored to them, personalized to who they are. And I find it amazing when, like you, a coach, a mentor, a guide, or a strategist can provide this to their clients. I find it amazing.
Yeah, it's definitely, that's really my the way that my brain works is a very strategic brain, right? Like strategic is like my number one Clifton Strengths for anyone who like does Clifton Strengths sort of stuff.
Okay.
And it's funny because for me, that just makes sense and it works so well for my brain. But I know that the vast majority of people have a really hard time understanding how to take a framework and then be able to like customize it for a lot of different people. So I love that I've now gotten to this point with my business teaching about productivity, that I can really use this particular strength that I happen to have and these methodologies that I've developed over the years
Mm-hmm.
to be able to provide this productivity framework for people. And like I'm working with a dessert caterer right now. I recently was
Okay.
working with a florist. I often work with
Oh,
freelance writers and editors. They're just people from all different walks of life, people with like
nice.
small children, people who are coming back to start their own business after,
Yeah.
in middle age, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
all different types of people from
Wow.
all different walks of life. And it's so cool to see how this like personality based productivity works for everyone, right? It's really about adapting this thing, like customizing all of it. So I think that that is such an important piece. and and frankly, not enough people, especially in the online um, business world, the online coaching world, all that kind of thing, not
Mhm.
enough of these people are teaching things in this way that it really can be
Yes.
adapted to a wide variety of situations.
No, it's true. I agree with you. Most of the time, they teach what they know, they teach what work with them, and they say, yeah, apply it, and you will see. But the problem is sometimes it's not working with you, and this is why you don't get the results, and they don't get the return of investments. And they say, oh, I don't
Yes.
understand why. What's happened here? Why is not working? And I think this is what we can discussed about being good at learning. I think you have to be aware that yes, you can get some tips and tools really efficient, but some of them are going to work for you and some of them are going to work against you. And you have to follow your gut. And I think sometimes people follow, people, no, not follow, people forgot about it. They search into,
Yes.
putting the coach or the mentor on a pedestal that they follow, thinking it's okay, it's going to work. And to the end, it's not working and they don't get it. And they go into self sabotage
Yes.
and say, oh, what's going on? What did I do? What is not working? Well, in fact, it's just because it's not personalized for you. That's it.
I completely agree. And frankly, I think that it is really, really bad business practice and really irresponsible of a lot of these coaches, the way that they teach things in terms of you must do it this way. This is the only
Mm,
way that things can be done. It's extremely problematic. And that's when we get to this point where so many people out there are trying to learn from them and aren't getting the results that they are promised. Right. And I
mm,
have been there. I have been taught by many, like I've, purchased different types of programs. I've been taught by different experts. And I've been in that situation where a particular person, a particular expert says, okay, here's exactly what you need to do. You must follow this to a T specifically, like you can't deviate. And I'll do that. And it does not work. And it's
mm-mm.
because they have not tailored it to me. They have not taken into consideration that my experience will be different from theirs. And I think that that is extremely irresponsible, that that is
See?
the norm in our industry, to not take into consideration what does this unique client need? What will be the best fit for them? And how can I serve them in a way that they can then move forward without me holding their hand? So for me, I
Exactly.
find that I know that I have done my job when my clients work with me and then they say, this is awesome. And like they come back to me a year later and they say, these are all the things that I've been able to do in my business. I'm doing great. You know, I want my clients to get to that point where they can do everything on their own. I guide them to understand the foundations of productivity, and I set them up for learning so much more about how their brain works and how their business can support their personal life, that they can then do it on their own. They don't need me holding their hand. They don't need to come back and continue buying more programs from me, right?
No, this is
That I think is the goal.
Yes, of course. Yes. Yeah. Yes, I completely agree with you, because this is what I do with my clients. And they're fine now, you know, they're happy, they're great, they're telling me that they thrive, and I'm so happy with them, because this is what you want. You want for them to be independent and to be comfortable enough to do this on their own, without any guidance, without anyone holding their hand. And this is what they wanted initially.
Yes, yes.